Hey everybody, this is Cherokee Edwards from Cherokee Edwards Inspires, where we're going to have shows here to talk about life, to talk about what makes your life special, what makes it better, and everybody working together, because together everyone achieves more. Acronym for the word team. Stay tuned and let's get it on. Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your man Cherokee Edwards with the Cherokee Inspires. Another episode. This is actually episode 40. Believe it or not, we got 40 episodes done in the last couple months. I'm excited about that. I want to start off today and just say, first of all, happy birthday to everybody who is celebrating a birthday today. Now, I want to also say happy birthday to everyone who has decided to recreate themselves and reinvent themselves today. I want to say, happy Mother's Day, even though this is the end of June and beginning of July. Who says that Mother's Day only comes in May? Happy Father's Day, although we celebrated the traditional Father's Day a couple weeks ago. I would say that was Happy Daddy's Day, because today is Father's Day for the real fathers. Tomorrow will be Father's Day for real fathers. Yesterday was Father's Day for the real fathers. Yesterday was Mother's Day for the real mothers. And today is Mother's Day, for mothers. And tomorrow will be another Happy Mother's Day as you wake up. It's also Happy Independence Day. We'll celebrate the 4th of July soon, and everybody will walk up and say, hey, Happy Independence Day, Happy 4th. Understand what that day represents and what it was for. It's a fight for independence and freedom. And everybody in America is not free. They're still not free. So when we say Happy Independence Day, and a fight for freedom, we have to make that real. You ever notice how people talk to you, and sometimes you can just tell they're just talking in circles. They're just talking to have something to say. And holidays are no different. We have a lot of holidays. And, Thanksgiving, Happy Thanksgiving. Well, today is Happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for another day that God has blessed me to change my circumstances and the circumstances of others. I'm thankful for being able to have a day to apologize to someone that I've hurt or wronged, another chance to do that and to make it right. I'm thankful and happy about having my family safe and healthy and being able to see them, and another day to say I love you to not only my family, especially my family, but also to all of you. I want to say that I love you. I do think of you. And especially those, that I know, and I know that you're going through some things right now. And I'm going to do my best to help, navigate you out of that. My young people, especially, you're our future. And I know it sounds like a cliche, children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Well, guess what? That's true. I remember being a child and people singing that same song. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. We sung that in choirs, Well, now I'm a contributing adult for decades now. And I feel like I've been led the right way. I feel like I know what it's like to be a leader. I know what it's like to be responsible and accountable to those coming behind me that may not have everything that they want yet. That's the operative word, yet. You don't have everything you want yet, but you will have not only what you want, but you will have what you deserve. Now, hear me when I say that. It's very important. If you deserve nothing, then that's what you're going to have. If you do nothing, you deserve nothing, and you won't have anything. You see people and you say, well, how come all these crooks and criminals and everything, why do they seem like they have everything? And it does seem like that at times. It seems like they have everything. The criminal generally has a lot of money, and what you see of it is an easy life, but it's nothing close to being an easy life. People that are criminals, they always run from the law. And when it catches them, they usually pay dearly for what they've done. And even if you don't see them pay dearly for it, God sees all. So at some point in time, you got to pay the piper. So the reason I say this is because I want you guys to know that today is a brand new day for you. So today is your birthday. This could be your birthday. You are giving birth to a champion. You are giving birth to someone who doesn't know what the word quit means. I want you to become unreasonable when it comes to your success. I want you to become so unreasonable, you will not accept defeat. You will not accept mediocrity. You will not accept, just being basic. Because that's not how you were created. You weren't created to be basic. You weren't created to be average. You weren't created to be a failure. I know some people say, some of us that were created, we're not supposed to be successful. That's not true. That's not true. What that is that's learned behavior. That's something that was programmed into you that you're not supposed to have anything. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and then I unmasked millions of dollars, and no one gave it to me. I didn't get a trust fund, And the thing is about that, guys, it's just money. That's just money. Money doesn't make me. It doesn't make you. You make money. Money should work for you. So if you don't have money in abundance, it should not be that, you're a failure because it's not in abundance. What it is you got to try something different, or you have to stay the course. Sometimes we give up 3 minutes before the miracle. I'm reminded of a story that was told to me many years ago, and I'm going to tell it to you now. And actually, this actually is based on a real story. It probably happens more than we even know. But there was a farmer that was selling his land. He was selling his land, and someone said, you know what? I'm going to buy this land because I heard that there's an oil line down, 10 feet deep. The guy says, okay, well, I'm not after money anyway. Go ahead. I'm going to put the place up for sale. The guy buys the place, right? So he pulls the bulldozers out, the diggers, and they dig 10 feet and nothing's there. There's nothing there. So the guy says, oh, this is a fraud. This is not right. So he puts the land up for sale. Another guy comes by and he says, well, I'll buy the land from you. And the guy buys the land. So the guy thinks that he got his money back from the sale, right? Well, the guy went out there and saw the hole that the man was digging and decided, you know what? I'm going to level this thing off. I'm going to dig a little bit myself. Now, remember, the first guy dug a 10-foot hole thinking that he was going to strike gold in that area. The next guy dug 3 more feet and struck oil. He struck oil. Well, the moral to that story obviously is don't give up 3 minutes before a miracle. How many times you hear about people going to Vegas or Atlantic City or any gambling spot, right? Playing the slot machine and pulling that slot down for 20, 30 minutes and nothing happened. And then the person get up, walk away. The next person puts 1 coin in it, pulls the slot down, is an instant millionaire. And just hit the jackpot. Now, of course, I'm not telling you guys to go play in these slot machines and go put your life savings into them trying to hit this jackpot, because what happens is people that their mind works that way, they're afraid to walk away from the slot machine. So they just dig their hole deeper. There are times where I also say, when you find yourself in a hole that you want to get out of, the first thing you do is stop digging. That's the first thing you do. So this is another day to recreate and reinvent yourself. I think it's very important. It's very vital. Just walk up to someone. Just walk up to a single mother today, or it doesn't even have to be a single mother. If you know she's a mother, walk up to her and say, Happy Mother's Day. If you see a father and you can see him playing with his kids and he's doing something miraculous or he's doing something great and you see it, walk up to him and say, Happy Father's Day, sir. Happy Father's Day, brother. You know, they're going to look at you shocked and, like, what are you talking about? It's the last day of June. It's the beginning of July. What are you talking about? Happy Father's Day. Every day is Father's Day to a real father. Every day is Mother's Day to a real mother. Every day is a birthday for those that are willing to reintroduce themselves to the world. We'll be right back with more of Daily Blessings.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Welcome back, everybody, to Cherokee Edwards Inspires, and we're talking about daily blessings and gifts today. One of the things that I want to get into in this second segment is, a lot of people say, oh, I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed. And you can see the stress and hear the stress on and in them while they're saying that. So they don't really believe that. They're just trying to convince themselves of that, right? However, I know I said this in another segment, that the mind doesn't know the difference between a lie and the truth. So whatever you feed your mind, if you truly, truly, truly believe what you're feeding it, then that's a good thing, because at some point in time, you're going to turn yourself into that, as far as being a leader, being successful. But remember now, faith without works is dead. So you can have all the faith in the world you want. Oh, God's going to save me. God's going to give me this. God's going to bless my life. He's going to put this. Somebody else saw this for me, and I feel it for myself. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But if you're not willing to go out and work toward that vision, work toward that goal, it's not going to happen. And that in lies why a lot of people turn away from God. I believe that a lot of people turn from God because they weren't given a silver spoon, and all they saw was pain and suffering with family. What I always ask people to do is, when you see people suffering, when you see people in pain, take a look at their life. Take a look at different things and the character that they have. Not saying that people that have bad things happen to them have poor character. What I'm saying is, look at what surrounds them throughout the day. What dominates their day? Because usually bad things follow bad habits. Not bad things follow bad people, but bad things follow bad habits. And habits, we talked about before, are created by the character of the individual. The character is created by the actions of the individual. The actions are created by the words of the individual. The words are created by the thoughts of the individual. So if you give yourself negative thoughts all day long, nobody likes me, and I'm terrible at this, I'm terrible at that, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do the other. Well, guess what? You're right. If you say you can't do something, you're right, you can't. Just as if you say you can do something, something can be done. You're right, you can. See? Sooner or later, the man who wins or the woman who wins is that who thinks they can. You see? You have to be prepared for success. And then once you get prepared for it, stay prepared for it. Stay prepared for success. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, because the beauty of life is not knowing what's coming around the corner. You'll never be more beautiful than you are today, because guess what? Today will never come again. The fact our mortality makes us beautiful, beautiful individuals here on this planet. This experience is ours and ours alone, to share, if we choose to, with the world. So remember, today is your birthday. Today is your Thanksgiving. Today is your Christmas. Today is your Independence Day. Today is Mother's Day. Today is Father's Day. Just know, Labor Day. People give labor every day. We celebrate Labor Day once a year. Memorial Day. These people died for us on Memorial Day forever for our freedoms. They're gone forever. So every day is a day you can give thanks to the military. I have a great friend, and I call him my brother. He couldn't be my brother if he couldn't be more my brother if he shared the same blood. I'm giving him a shout out on this podcast. His name is Terry Higgins. And I call him and his lovely wife, Kathy, my brothers and sister for decades now, right? And one thing about this man, for the last decade and a half that we've been together, he has never once, not even once, let Independence Day, Memorial Day, Military Day, anything dealing with the sacrifices of myself and others for serving in armed forces. He's never let a day go by where he doesn't tell us thank you. And in the beginning, you say, everybody does it, during those times, Labor Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Independence Day, Service Day, Military Service Day. This man does it all the time. He just doesn't let days go. He makes you emotional when he sends you a text message, when he sends you you look at it and he goes all out. He gets emotional when he talks about it. He really, really, really cares. He knows I play football. He knows I've studied. I've become a successful businessman. But one thing that stands out with him, he knows I wrote a book. I'm an author. He's come to a lot of my presentations in support of me. But this man does not allow me to think that I'm unappreciated, at least not with him. He made me proud that I served, because there's a lot of times where I tell people I'm not proud that I served those 4 years. That's why I got out in the 4th year. I didn't want any more to do with it. I felt like we're fighting for a country that doesn't really love us, But when you hear somebody decades later just constantly telling you how much they appreciate what you've sacrificed. And I used to just say, I was ex-military. He was like, no, you're not ex-military. You're a veteran. You're always military. And that's true. That is true. I never thought about it that way. But he made me really understand and appreciate that. Wearing that Navy uniform, I also wore pride in it. Being in Desert Storm as a teenager, fighting for a country that, you later learn maybe doesn't appreciate and love you. You come back, you hear the soldiers that come back from Vietnam, which was a way worse war and lost a lot more people there than in Desert Storm, but yet they didn't come back to a hero's welcome. They didn't come back to a parade or even getting jobs. So that's one of the reasons why I want to give a special shout out to my brother and friend, Mr. Terry Higgins. I love you. And I love you too, Kathy. You're my girl. You're my little sister. But I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to start giving shouts out when I see people doing something that they didn't have to do, and it's just something that makes you love the world. Hey, everybody. We can change the world. We can change it for the better. We can redirect the narrative. Let's change it. Let's show love, like real love though, right? And let's love each other as we love ourselves. All right. I'm going to jump off of here on that note, but I just wanted to leave you with that. If you knew better, you do better. Wash your hands. I love you, everyone. God bless, and I'll talk to you soon.